Season 5 of Modern Warfare. We're about 2.5 weeks-ish out from Season 5, and we haven't heard anything from Infinity Ward or Activision yet. Generally speaking, it's a week to a week and a half. We get our first little teaser, and then a couple of days before it actually launches, we get the full-on reveal. However, there has been a ton of information gathered from the game files inside Warzone and Modern Warfare that tell us what we can expect from Season 5. We actually have quite a bit of detail, going from operators to Warzone map changes, and even multiplayer game modes and maps as well. And in today's video, we are going to be going over all of that, everything that we know so far about Season 5. Now, before we dive into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that tonight over on Twitch, I'm going to be doing a live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm actually going to be playing games with you guys. So if any of you want to play some Warzone games with me, we might hop into some multiplayer games as well. It's the first link down in the description, and on top of that, right now on Twitch, there are drops enabled, which means simply by watching my stream, you can earn in-game items just by watching the stream. It's that simple. So if you want to earn some in-game items, play some games with me. It's the first link down in the description, and hopefully I see you over on Twitch tonight. But let me shut up, and let's dive in to the info. So, Season 5. Everything that we're going to talk about today revolves around leaks and files that have already been found in-game, but have yet to come out, and the next big update is probably going to be Season 5, so that's what makes sense. The biggest thing I think that a lot of people are asking me, specifically, is who is the next operator, the big cover character for Season 5 going to be? And if you would have asked me about a month ago, I would have said, my best guess is probably Soap McTavish. As we know, at the end of the campaign, we hear Frank Woods talk about Soap McTavish.
Who's your crew?
Sergeant Garrick.
Kyle?
They call him Gaz. He never said anything. John McTavish, SAS, sniper, demolitions, goes by Soap.
Why?
It's classified.
So really, this isn't that interesting. We all kind of knew this already. But what's interesting about this is at this point, almost every other soldier who is in Task Force 141's already in the game. We've got Kyle Garrick, we've got Alex, we've got Ghost, we've got Captain Price. Really, the only person missing is Soap McTavish. So the question is, where is he? Well, it would make sense for him to come out in Season 5 because that would complete Task Force 141, and really it's the only character other than really Farah that we're missing from the squad. Oh, and also, this picture that they put out, he just kind of fits in right there. But here's the weird part about this. Since this rumor has been going around, no other game files have been added with Soap McTavish. We still have the game files that were there at the very beginning of the game because of this cutscene, but really nothing else. His name is in there, but nothing else has been added. However, a character who has had a ton of files added to the game, strangely enough, from the Black Ops series, not Modern Warfare, is Frank Woods. Now, this does actually somewhat make sense with things we've heard previously. So first of all, we heard that in Call of Duty 2020, they were going to be adding a new map and a new theme to Warzone to match with the Black Ops game that will be coming out in 2020. So Frank Woods being added in that way would make a lot of sense. But him being added as a character in Modern Warfare wouldn't make sense timeline-wise or anything else. He was alive and in his 30s in the Cold War, not in the year 2020. So it's kind of confusing. I actually have a full video going over this. I'll have it linked down in the description if you want to check it out. But even though seemingly it's not making a lot of sense timeline-wise, more and more files have been added to the game with Frank Woods. It doesn't specifically say Frank Woods, but it both said Sergeant Woods and just Woods. So seemingly it's him. Now, the one thing is that there's voice lines for this character, but it's not acted by James C. Burns, who was the original Frank Woods in Call of Duty Black Ops. So it's still seemingly Woods, just a newer version, kind of like what they did with a new version of Captain Price in Modern Warfare 2019. Now, there are also some rumors going around that Season 5 might actually be the reveal for Call of Duty 2020. I don't know if that's true. I wish I had some information on it. As of right now, all I know is it appears as though Frank Woods is coming, and that would line up with the announcement of whatever Call of Duty 2020 is going to be, with the rumor of it just being a Black Ops reboot or something along those lines. And there's also rumors that the bunker Easter egg currently in Warzone is somehow going to tie into the reveal of the next Call of Duty game. Whether this is true, I have no idea. And of course, as we find out more information, I'll keep you guys informed. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. We're on that road to 1 mil. So if you want to be a part of that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, it is the best way to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty. Now, before we dive into the information that I have on Warzone for Season 5, there is one other character that is currently in the files that looks like she has voice lines and things like that. It's a character named Zara, who is actually voiced by the same character as Usa Rahar, who is the Butcher's wife within the Modern Warfare campaign. So I don't know how that's going to tie in, but it appears as though that character named Zara is also going to be coming out at some point in Season 5, maybe at the beginning, maybe mid-season. At this point, we're not quite sure. Now, moving forward to what we know about Season 5 of Warzone. So the first thing I wanted to mention when it comes to Warzone is the overall bunker Easter egg and opening up the second bunker inside. Now, as of right now, we don't know how this is going to change in Season 5. I almost guarantee you it is, however. The one thing that has changed recently, though, is they have taken the numbers off the bunkers. As you're seeing here in this clip, this bunker used to be labeled bunker number 9. It is no longer labeled bunker number 9. There's no label on it whatsoever. So a very strange thing here, and I don't know why they changed this. And to my knowledge, nobody knows why they changed this. So is this going to play into Season 5? I'm not sure. I just thought I'd point it out. Now, the second thing that I think we all know is going to change in Season 5 is the stadium. This image that you're seeing here was released in the mid-season update for Season 4, and as you can very clearly see on the right-hand side of the screen, that stadium looks different. There's no bubble cover on the top of the stadium. You can see right through to the sky, and it almost appears as though there's an entire inside of the stadium designed. On top of that, off to the left, there appears to be some sort of pulley system or something along those lines that you may actually be able to climb up, similar to elevators that are currently in the game, and get on top of the stadium. So to me, stadium is going to be changing in Season 5, if not before then. And last but definitely not least, we have the train. So as we know, at the beginning of Season 4, a train tunnel was added near Hospital, and there's been a rumor since then that there is going to be a train that moves around the map coming to the game. And this is also supported by recent intel that's been added to the game as well. So everything's looking like trains are going to be coming, and the best guess for that is they're going to be coming at the beginning of Season 5. And then finally, we have new game modes. So every season, new game modes are added to both multiplayer and Warzone, and some of them that have not yet been added into Warzone include Mo Gulags, More Problems. I don't know what that one is. BYO loadouts, and I believe that this one is you start the game with your own loadouts, kind of like Plunder, and you don't have to buy them. That'll be interesting to see how that plays. On top of this, non-stop. So with this one, the zone starts with the whole map and then slowly closes to a given area. This is actually something I'd be really interested in. It would speed up the games, make them faster, so I'm interested to see what that one's like. The next one is called Run Like Hell. It sounds the same as Non-Stop, but the difference is that this is normal Warzone, but the zone actually closes much faster than you can run, so it forces you to use vehicles and stuff like that. After this, we have one called Pew Pew. The name of this will probably get changed because, as we've seen before, for example, with Stimulus, before Stimulus was added, it was actually in the game coded as Bottom Line, so that came as Stimulus. So Pew Pew is just pistols only. They'll probably change the name of that one, and that'll be interesting because as of right now, pistols kind of suck in Warzone, so I'm interested to see how just pistols would actually feel. And that's pretty much everything that we know about Season 5 of Warzone. But moving on to the next area, multiplayer. So first off, we have new maps, and we're not exactly sure what these maps are going to be, but the maps that have the most files currently in the game are, first of all, Oil Rig, which is a remake of Offshore from Modern Warfare 3. After this, Broadcast. Files for this one have actually been in the game since the launch of Warzone, so this is one that is just easy for them to add in. Next up, Cornfield. We don't know what this one is, but to me it sounds a little bit more like a ground war map. And then finally, as a gunfight map, we have Drainage. To me, these are the maps that are going to be coming right away in Season 5. You get the 1 gunfight map, 2 MP, 1 ground war. Just kind of makes sense. It's the right number, and we already know that they're in the game files. The second thing for multiplayer is weapons. We've already discussed this in a previous video, so I'll go over it quickly. The 2 weapons that have the most game files currently in the game are, first of all, the AN-94, which is of course going to be an assault rifle, and then the second one is called the Romeo 700, or the R700, or the Remington 700. Now, even though it's called the Remington 700, the images in the game files actually look more like the Intervention from Modern Warfare 2, so that is what we have to look forward to as far as weapons goes. We could also be surprised with something else. There are several other guns in the game files, but don't have nearly as many files as these 2 that we are talking about. And then finally, for multiplayer, we have game modes. Now, here's the thing. Most of the game modes that we know from previous Call of Duty games are already in the game. There's really not too much that they could add in. If they're missing something, feel free to let me know what you think of a new game mode down in the comments. But there were leaked game modes at the very beginning when Modern Warfare was launched, and almost all of them have been added in, except for 5. One called Breach, one called High Value Target, one called Incursion, one called Onslaught, and one called Rupture. I don't know what any of these game modes are except for High Value Target. That one, you basically have a VIP on your team that you have to protect. Other than that, I have no idea what these are. So if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know down in the comments. So as of right now, this is everything we know about Season 5, all of which is from leaked information. We have nothing from the actual mouth of Activision, Infinity Ward, Call of Duty, anything. So in the next couple of weeks, we should be getting some information, but as of right now, this is everything we know. So hopefully I was able to give you guys some information you didn't already know. If I did, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. On top of that, if you're new to the channel, like what you see, want to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think of all of this down in the comments. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this to us.